Hey everyone, welcome back to the state. So today we're actually taking a look at Lazy S3. So if you're not familiar with it, it's a Ruby script that's actually written to go out there and aid like S3 scanner. So one of the beautiful things about S3 scanner is it will certainly scan S3 buckets and look for any types of issues with those. But the problem oftentimes with S3 scanner is it doesn't know what it doesn't know. So if you haven't detected or confirmed a bucket, then S3 scanner can be kind of a pain in the rear. So that's where the benefit of Lazy S3 comes in place. It will actually go through and try to identify buckets for you. Now, as you can see here, I'm running this against Visa, just technically to see if there are any buckets out there, and we're coming across a couple 403 forbidden messages as well as a 404 indicating that that file doesn't technically exist or that bucket doesn't technically exist. Now, the benefit of this tool is also the down draw or the downside of the tool in the fact that oftentimes the results that you get may not always be accurate. So when you actually turn this around and run S3 scanner, you will sometimes get actual bucket not existing notifications. So that's pretty common. But again, you will oftentimes get lucky with it detecting an actual bucket that you can leverage. So all in all, as you can see here, it's actually kind of coming through and combining the search term, or in this case, the Visa search term, with actual word list files. And as you can see there, it's 9,013, I think it is. Yeah, 9,013 items that it's going to kind of go through. So this process will take a little bit to actually complete. So while it's kind of cooking in the background, let me switch over here, and that way you can actually see what the setup for Lazy S3 is. It's fairly straightforward. You simply just need to run a sudo app update and sudo app install to make sure that your Ruby and your Git versions are at the latest levels or installed if not. And in this case, they are. Now, these next couple steps are just preferential. You don't need to do this. This is just kind of an old school Unix admin I guess leftover or old dog old tricks thing that I use. So in any case, I always or I shouldn't say always, I've kind of done it differently for you in past videos, but I like to put most external software underneath OPT. That way, if I'm doing a Kali update or something of that nature, I'm not clobbering anything. Now, traditionally, you may ask yourself, especially for those of you who have cut your teeth on Linux, well, if it's in the home directory, that's usually not something that gets updated anyhow. And you're right in that assessment. But again, old dog, old tricks. So I like to throw it in OPT, and then from there we simply just git clone it, and you can see it's Nahamsec or Nahamsec. I'm not so sure how they pronounce their nomenclature there. So, but anyhow, once it's downloaded, and as you can see here, I did not have permissions, so I had to run sudo. There's that little nifty trick that I think I showed you in a past video, but if you do make this mistake in the future, you don't have to retype everything or tab complete everything. Just run sudo with the bang bang, and that'll pull the last command up and run it with elevated privilege. Then I just chowned my directory structure here, and as you can see, it went ahead and went through and did all that, even though I'm getting a lot of operation not permitted errors. So, and then once I'm in there, it's as simple as moving back here and running Ruby lazy s3.rb visa. So while this is still cooking, and so we don't have to keep this video running indefinitely, I am going to run S3 scanner really quickly. And hopefully I still have my syntax right. So, and you may recall from last time around, it's going to be bucket. And here, let me clear the screen so it's not quite so ugly. Oops, sorry. I hit the wrong key. So, and we'll just type in Visa, and let's grab one of those 403s and see if it actually will confirm whether that bucket exists. So, and it's just straightforward. So we'll try the Visa bucket by itself. And in this case, you could say it actually does exist. So there is a bucket and it's designated to US East 1. Now, obviously, I don't have authorization to go after visa stuff. Hopefully, they're cutting me a little bit of slack with just this event, given that I am a ex-employee there. But long story short, we're going to stop. And again, that's a great reminder to make sure you've got authorization and permission before you do too much that's too intrusive. So, in any case, that does it for this session. Thank you so much. Be cool. We'll see you next time. Take it easy, y'all.